So, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you all doing? Welcome back to yet another World of Tanks news episode, where today I'm going to talk about some new tanks, one which you have not heard about before, and some other vehicles which you have heard about before as well, which have received some tunings. Now fully HD quality models ready as well, like the mini object, as you remember, K-91-PT or however that was called. Yes, K-91-PT Tier 9 mini object. Let's take a look at that. And we have a bunch of stuff to talk about, so let's dive right into the action. And while you're watching some Tier 10 Chinese tank destroyer action in the background already, the WZ-113 GFT, the current Tier 10 Chinese tank destroyer, which everybody loves to hate, you know, because it is quite bad. But hey, it has its own fan base nevertheless, like M3 Lee, like Talk 2, like Churchill Gun Carrier, like all those vehicles have. But this one, what are they going to do with 114 SP2? I have no idea. That was like a lightning from a sunny blue sky. Lightning, raining, rainbows, everything all at once. 114 SP2, I have never heard about this vehicle, but it seems to be quite an interesting beast, completely different. Okay, not 100% completely different, but let's say just super different to the current 113 GFT, to the current Tier 10 Chinese tank destroyer. For many reasons. Number one, the main reason, ladies and gentlemen, this tank has a turret. This tank has quite a decent mobility, power to weight ratio, all those things. And it has quite an interesting gun as well. So let's take a look at what 114 SP2 has to offer. First, released early details about this vehicle. Keep in mind, characteristics are not final, everything is still subject to change, right? So firepower, 650 alpha damage, 950 with HE. Penetration numbers, 273, 329 and 90 millimeters. So quite decent penetration values as well. Not the best in Tier 10, especially compared to some other tank destroyers. Many get 295, like many get over 300 as well, you know. But it is up there, let's put it that way. Reload time 16.6 seconds is quite interesting actually. For 650 alpha damage on a tank destroyer, is that something to brag with? Maybe, like, let's say it is up tier average. Dispersion at 100 meters, 0.35. Aiming time 2.3 seconds. Nothing screams crazy broken. So far, I would say quite a decent, like, gun handling stats. Gun traverse speed 18 degrees per second is god-awfully bad, but same goes to the every single tank destroyer with a turret. This is one of their balancing features, like on Scorpion, like on all of them. Turret rotation speed on turreted tank destroyers is always bad. Gun elevation angles, minus 7 degrees of gun depression plus 20 degrees of gun elevation is also quite an interesting combination on a Tier 10 Chinese tank destroyer. Traverse angle 360 degrees during turret, so fully rotatable turret. And ammunition capacity 35 pieces. I believe this is going to be good enough for that type of reload time. You like, if you run out of ammunition, wow, you have been doing a lot of work. Let's put it that way. So firepower, overall firepower, if I compare it to the WZ-113 GFT, the current Tier 10 tank, it has, this one has better accuracy, faster aiming time, and let's say 0.4 seconds slower reload time, but 100 less alpha damage. So reload time for a turreted tank destroyer for 650 alpha damage is quite okay, you know, a bit faster than 750 alpha damage, but you have a turret, you have faster aiming, you have better accuracy, all those things on the side. But of course, right now, currently, we do not know any soft stats, how the moving accuracies, turret rotation accuracy, all those things. If those are god-awfully bad, then the aiming time and all those things do not matter on paper right now. So next up, let's talk about mobility, because as I said, this one is quite an interesting one. It has 45 km/h top speed, nothing crazy, right? it has 15 kilometers per hour reverse speed, but 980 horsepower engine with 15.6 power to weight ratio. That is actually something. Hull rotation speed 30 degrees per second. And you may wonder, how can this vehicle get such a high powered weight ratio, right? Well, you're going to see that in a moment. Like this mobility compared to the WZ113 GFT, once again, which gets 38 kilometers per hour top speed, which is less but 1 kph better reverse speed. It has a weaker engine and 11.82 power to weight ratio. So mobility is a lot better. But why do we have such a good specific power ratio? Because of the survivability. This tank comes with 2000 hit points, which is nice, super nice. It has the same amount of hit points as a Rhinoceronte, for example. A Rhinoceronte just has a super little amount of hit points, but hey, 2000 hit points. Hull armor 75, 75 and 50. Now, because it has a turret, I don't quite understand why they do not list turret armor over here. Is it exactly the same as on the hull? We're missing turret armor over here, but you can see why it is a bit lighter vehicle, because 113, for example, has 230 millimeters in the front, 80 on the side, 70 in the rear, you know. View range is quite nice, 390 meter view range, so you can actually rock with, if you use food, you can easily use full firepower, I believe, and you're able to boost the view range over 445 without having to carry coated optics. This tank comes with 5 crew members, commander, driver, gunner and 2 loaders, so something you have to look out for. And shell types, AP, which is nice, APCR, which is also nice, in my opinion. It depends how fast this APCR is, because it is 650 alpha damage gun, quite big caliber, right? And HE round, of course. So, 114 SP2, ladies and gentlemen. Quite an interesting beast. Where it ends up being maybe secondary Chinese tank destroyer line with turreted tanks, I have absolutely no clue. Where would you like to see this being? Because I don't think it is going to be Clan Wars reward vehicle. We just had that. Missions, I don't know, dude. Honestly, Tech Tree makes the most sense actually right now. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Just let me know what you think about that in the comments down below, because let's move on into the next vehicle in today's episode. Quickly going to cover K-91-PT as well, and here are newly added or newly released high-definition pictures. It didn't have high-definition model, HD model yet, so here is the first time I am seeing that. Hopefully you guys are seeing that the first time as well. And it clearly shows the Object 268 version 4 part of the vehicle and K91 as well. So from a distance you couldn't understand, is it K91 or what is it? But actually it doesn't have a turret. It is a fixed upper hull, superstructure, however you call it, like on Object 268 version 4. So this is why it got a little mini Object nickname already. It looks exactly like I expected, K91 and Object in one, low profile, stuff like that. Or like what else they did after the first testings, they also increased the compression angle from -5 degrees to -5.5, yay, winning. And they decreased the armor piercing shell velocity from 1085 down to 930, which is quite a bad speed for AP actually in tier 9. This is a tier 9 tank, and high explosive shell velocity from 795 down to 665. So I don't know why they did that, but hey, this is what they decided to do. And moving on into the next topic, into our final topic in today's video, talking about Kunze Panzer, tier 9 German medium tank with the hydro pneumatic suspension, aka siege mode. The first time I covered this vehicle, you guys made fun of how I said Kunze Panzer, but how the hell do I have to say that? It is Kunze Panzer. Hey, stop picking on me, right? Stop picking. New York, London, is not my first language. Okay, anyway, Kunze Panzer, here are some in-game pictures as well. The siege mode, how the siege mode works on this vehicle is a bit different actually compared to the anything, because it has different DPM in different mode, different gun handling in different modes as well. And it is going to have minus 15 degrees of gun depression. This is quite crazy gun depression on a medium tank. And if I remember correctly, they said siege mode is not going to be the same on medium vehicles, on medium tanks as on tank destroyers, but this is more like a tank destroyer, but you know, you have different aiming times, different gun handlings, different rate of fires as well in different modes. You have actually a slower rate of fire or a smaller DPM to more accurate your gun is. You have, let's say, 4.69 rounds per minute reload time or rate of fire with accuracy of 0.29, 1.73 second aiming time, and you have like almost over 2 rounds per minute better rate of fire with worse gun handling. So quite an interesting animal once again, a Kunze Panzer in front of you. Beautiful people, we have some interesting tanks coming in, actually interesting tanks coming into World of Tanks, tier 9, 2 tier 9, 1 tier 10, where they end up being, how you're able to get them, how are we able to get them. I think the Kunsan Bunzer and what was the other, the Bobjet, those may be expedition reward tanks. Tier 9 tanks, you know, like we had AE Phase 1, Scharfurtur, all those things. Those may be reward tanks, because we haven't had German reward tank. That would be quite neat, in my opinion. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. I thank you very much for tuning in. If you do not want to miss any future episodes, you know what to do. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, join the notification squad, and you will be part of the most amazing family on YouTube. I love you all. Stay awesome, stay sexy, stay naked. Take care and bye.